Two whistleblowers say that they were told by supervisors to downplay a COVID outbreak among children at a migrant shelter run by the Department of Health and Human Services in Fort Bliss, Texas. The whistleblowers also allege that the children in the facility were mistreated by contractors and senior federal employees earlier this year. NBC's Julia Ainsley has the exclusive reporting and joins us now. Julia, thanks so much for bringing this to us. Tell me about one of the whistleblowers whom you interviewed, talking about how the children were treated. Tell us more about the conditions they were living in.
That's right. I sat down with Arthur Perlstein yesterday, Andrea, and he told me about the frustration he experienced when he got to Fort Bliss in April. He was there until late June, and he said over that time he never got answers to really basic things he thought needed to be done when it came to the children's health care and well-being. He said that it was incredibly chaotic. The tents were overcrowded. Children stacked in cots one on top of the other, so close together it was hard to even move through the tents. He also talked about what happened when he tried to raise his concerns with management. Let's hear what he had to say.
The main kinds of complaints that I was hearing from the kids were, in general, the feeling like they were in prison. There were so many of them that complained that they had no underwear or one pair with nothing to change into, and often lacked changes of clothes, which discouraged them from taking showers.
And what happened? What did you do with that information?
I began to ask some of the management officials, well, why can't a federal employee that has a purchase card just go to Walmart or, some Costco or some discount store? There was plenty of underwear there in El Paso. And they said, no, this is the contractor needs to wait for it.
So, Andrea, you can see the frustration he had trying to get a simple solution to a big problem. And he said the mental health problems also were rampant. He interviewed hundreds of children for his job trying to clinically assess them. Although he says that he was given that job with no background in child psychology, he said that he overwhelmingly saw cases of depression and anxiety. And when children talked about what they had been through, they talked more about how much they disliked the facility than the treacherous journeys that they took as migrants to come to the United States in the first place.
Julia, what was his job category? To be clear, what was his assignment?
So he was a federal worker who volunteered to come down to Fort Bliss when President Biden sent out a call for volunteers earlier this year. He was put on a team that was to provide activities for children, basically any kind of activity they could come up with, and then also to try to counsel these children, to give them clinical assessments and report back on whether or not they had suffered any kind of trauma. He said it was very difficult to assess that, but he tried his level best.
Clearly. Well, I'm so glad he's speaking out and so glad that you're reporting on all of this. And you can see a lot more of Julia's exclusive reporting on the conditions down there tonight on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.